Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining Salesforce internship program. So today we are at episode number 3. In today's discussion, we are going to create objects and tab, including fields. In object, we are going to create a pet object with a pet tab, and these are all list of fields that we have to create. So as you know, for our Power Breed app, we are having this pet object to collect all the pet information as a inventory item. So if you see, the pet is a standard name that we have to keep it as a standard name field, the date of birth field, the weight in kg, the color of the pet, the microchip is available or not. This will be a puppy ID. The puppy ID will be your Salesforce generated ID. Included item means what all pet will carry if the adoption is going to be happen. I am going to also capture the dad of the puppy and the mom of the puppy, including the breed. The pick list is a breed pick list. That pick list will be like your could be a beagle, could be golden retriever. So these are the breed that we have to capture. We will also capture the age, which is the formula actually. The formula is calculated in a weeks. So age in a weeks will be your today minus date of birth. So whatever the date we have today minus date of birth, whatever the date of birth that we are going to put, divided by 7 will give me the age in a week actually. And the adoption status, and adoption status means whether it is available or already adopted or not available. Not available could be a scenario where you can see, let's suppose we are having a puppy which is very young, and it's like almost born a week ago or so. So in this scenario, the adoption could not be happen because immature puppies we cannot is not available for the adoption actually. Now we can have a price for puppies, including we are going to make the primary breeder. So let's suppose, as you know, the Prava breeder is not only the breeding puppies. There are other companies who is breeding the puppies, so they have their network connected with them, and the Prava breeder is also connecting to those breeders to get their puppies inventory in their system, so that they can sold out to the requested party. Now the gender pick list is a male or female, and the microchip ID, and the healthy status is a healthy status is basically where it's a healthy, is not healthy, or how it is health wise, and then the vaccination status. So we can add like yes, it is properly like a vaccinated, and the picture of that puppy, including the new owner. So new owner will be updated whenever our adoption get happened actually. So these are all field that we are going to create on a pet objects. So let's start with the our applications. I'm going to log in our app. Okay, I have successfully logged in now. So you need to go to the wrench icon and click on a setup. In this setup, click on a object manager. Under object manager, click on a create object. Just put a name called pet. Here you can put a popular name called pets. And we have a pet name as a standard name. We are not going to supposed to change anything here. Make the allow report. We can also mark as a allow activities. We can track the field history. Track field history is generally used to track all those historical information of the pet. Let's suppose if I change my pet microchip ID or the new owner, I would like to track. So you can track. Make this deployable. Allow searchable. Add notes and attachment. We are keeping this notes and attachment to be enabled because let's suppose I have appointed my doctor for my pet, and after getting the vaccination I got the vaccination certificate, right? So those vaccination certificate I can attach to my pet record. Of course, I'm going to launch this particular object with custom tab, so I need to enable this one actually. So here you go. So I need to select my tab style, any random tab style you can select. Now coming to the part called, I'm going to enable this particular a tab for all profile for now, because I do not want to apply for any restrictions here. But of course, so as you see, this particular page is for adding this particular tab to the particular custom action apps. So as you know, in my previous session we have created this Power Read app actually, so we are going to add that tab to the particular Power Read CRM app, right? As you know, we previously discussed about the Power Read CRM app is basically a container of list of tabs, where we have already added account, we have already added home tab, we already added a contact, reports, dashboards, right? So after adding that, finally let's click on a save button. So what it does, so till now we have created a pet app now, right? So now our next step is to create all the fields that we have decided to. Let's now we have to create a date of birth field. So let's copy date of birth, go back to the pet, click on a field and relationship, click on a new options, and then select a date type, click on next, put here called date of birth, and then click on next. As we are adding to the pet, we are making this particular visible as a field label security for all profiles, and then add to the layout and hit save button. So that's it. So you are good to go. We have just created a one field called date of birth. Now let's move to the next. We have weight in kg. Let's copy this weight in kg. Weight in kg is number 5,2, because it could be like 5.2 kilogram or 2.5 kilogram, whatever, right? So we need a number actually field. So for this we are going to choose a number data type. Click on next, Control C. So we are going to put call, let's suppose 2 or 3 comma 2, right? So let's move to the next. One second, let me visible for all. Click on next and then hit save and new. We are done with the this one. Now click on copy C. Color could be like mix and match, right? So it can be black and white, it could be like, that is why we are putting as a color as a text. Let's put color as a text, 255 character. Make it visible for all, then add to the page layout. That's it. So here you go. So till here we have created this much of field now. So what is the other way to create these fields rather than clicking on this 5 level? It's good to go with the like a wizard options to add those, what you call a field creation. You can also go and check how to create this field using Excel sheet actually, spreadsheet. You can also do the same. Now this time I'm going to create another field, whether microchip is available or not, which will be our pick list values with the yes or no, and then click on next, make it visible for all, click on next, click on save and new. So keep creating these fields, right? So we have a puppy ID, which is auto number, text auto number field. I'm going to create a auto number field. Data type will be auto number. Click on next. This is the my PID. Puppy ID is a PID hyphen. So your display format will be PID 1 000. Starting number could be 1, and then click on next. Give access to everybody, and then click on next and save and new. Now coming to the included items. So whenever add option is going to be happen, what all items are included that you are going to send, and this will be rich text area 5000. So I'm going to create a field called text area rich. Length could be a 5000, like, right? So here we go, click on next, make it visible for all, click on next, save and new. Now dad pet and mom pet, right? So we need a self lookup for dad and mom. So we are going to create a lookup relationship here, right? So we have we have pet here, because I this a type called dad, right? And then click on next, make it visible, click on next, add to the layout, as I do not want to add a layout to the related list actually, so just skip this one option and then hit and save button. Now dad is cited as a field, let's add a mom field for the pet, which is a lookup to the pet again. So we have a lookup relationship, click on next, we are going to select a pet as a lookup relationship. This should be renamed as mom, right? So we have next, visible, next, page layout of course, but not to the related list, I'm not going to add, and then hit save and new. So mom and dad relationship is created. Now I have to create a age, right? So age is my formula field, as I told you. So this time I'm going to select a age, the formula field data type. Okay, click on next, age in a week. The return type always will be number, right? So I'm going to put a number here, click on next. I'm going to copy the formula because we have date of birth field, right? So just please make sure about this field called date of birth. Let me see exactly the date of birth field what we have. I'm going to click on advanced, and then we have a pet called date of birth. So here you see the date of birth is my different API name that I have given. Let's replace with the correct API name and then click on next button. So formula is basically auto calculated values, and that return type is basically a number field actually, right? Now the option status which we have added as a pick list values, go ahead and choose the pick list as a data type, click on next, perfect, next. What all values we have, call adopted or label or not available, right? So let's dig in, let's copy and paste here to create this pick list field. Control C, Control V, and then click on next. Our next action item to make it available for all, and hit save and new button. So till now we have created successfully these field. Let's price will be like again the currency, a data type. So let's move, select a data type called currency, keep going. Okay, so we have currency 16,2, and then hit save button, next, make it visible, next, save and new. Right, so we have a primary breeder. The primary breeder could be like a paw breeder itself is breeding on the pet, or I could be associated with the multiple other breeder around the city. A paw breeder is basically, the breeder is a lookup relationship. I told you, a lookup relationship with the account. right? So it's a primary bidder, which is a lookup to the account. Let me confirm again, lookup to the account. Perfect. Let's move to the next. Make it visible. Click on next. Of course, we need to add to the layout. Click on next. I do not want add to other related list actually for these primary bidders, and then hit save a new button. Now let's create another field, gender, male or female as a pick list values. I'm going to create this one. Click on next. Gender, right? And then we have a male and female. Click on next. Make it visible for all profile. Next, save and new. So gender field is created. Now the microchip ID, the exact ID that I would like to capture, which is installed in my pet. So I would like to capture my microchip ID. So microchip ID is generally is a is a concept, is a like a ID for uniqueness of the particular puppies, because sometimes you see the lots of puppies around you and you have a similar face, similar color, similar height puppy you might find. So that is why there is a new concept in a word called microchip ID has to be installed, and this microchip ID is also required whenever you are traveling from your locations to other country locations. So this microchip ID is being required actually with your for your pet. Okay, now next microchip ID after we need a healthy status called healthy babies, not healthy babies, healthy, quite healthy, right? So let's move to the next. We have text, healthy status, and it could be a 255 character I can put here. Save and new. Vaccination status, yes, it is vaccinated, not vaccinated, or vaccinated with 3 vaccinations or 1 vaccinations or whatever, right? So I need to capture my pet vaccination status as well. Perfect, keep going. Then we have a picture which could be a rich text area field actually. So here you go, select the text area rich, click on next, go here, put it 5000 character limit. What is the character limit here? You can change to 5000. Okay, and then hit next, visible, next, save and new. Now coming to call new owner. New owner will be populated, and once the adoption is being done, new owner will be our lookup to the account. I'm going to add to the related list. Click on save. I think I am missing something called breed, right? So we have breed here. I think this one I missed, maybe. Let's see. Let's search for the breed. Primary breeder is fine, but I don't have a breed, so I just forgot to add a call breed pick list. Breed is type beagle, or we have Shih Tzu, or we have golden retriever. The type of what do you call my puppy, I'm going to copy all these pick list. Yep, copy, and then hit save button here. Copy and paste it. So we have all Labrador, we have German Shepherd, we have Golden Retriever, we have Bulldog, we have Poodle, we have Beagle, right? And hit next save button. Next. Let me enable for all. Click on next and click on save. Right. So my third episode for creating objects for pet, creating a tab and creating a fields is all done. Let's see how our Power Breeder CRM app will look like now. So in Power Breeder we have a pet tab available. Perfect. Now you see, if I select a list view all, I do not have the pet record. We'll talk more in detail. Thank you so much. Let's stay tuned for our next episode for Power Breed CRM app building. Thanks for joining.